Miles Blades, and this is the Current Gaming Podcast. I am joined by none other than the magnanimous Aaron Weeks. How's it going, buddy?
It's good, man. So I was driving on the other side of town for work the other day.
You're going to say driving on the other side of the road. Like,
sometimes I just like to live on the edge.
I was like, God damn.
So you know how you come across construction and you'll have the two people, like one at each end with the signs that they flip around, like slow or stop?
Yeah. Of course.
There was a fucking grown-ass man operating this sign, had like a beard and everything, just fucking casually eating a pixie stick while he's standing there directed traffic.
Pixie stick, god damn.
Like, it's been so long since I've seen a pixie stick, and this guy was just drinking this thing like it was normal.
Giving him some sugar, giving him some
pixie stick. That's something the liberal elite need to take out of our society.
It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
That's like more carcinogenic than like cigarettes. I feel like pixie sticks are.
And he was going down on that thing and was like dead serious about it. It was like a little one, like a normal pixie stick.
Okay.
And he was just like, he was doing it like he'd been doing it every day of his life, like it was totally normal.
Well, I guess it's like it's Halloween. So
there's more of those things.
Fair enough.
There's more of that shit in there than you think. You're like, oh, that's not much, and then you get like a mouthful of like sugar sand. And it's
he was just sipping on it too. He would just like tilt it up, get a little bit, and then he just kind of look around.
Oh, the worst part is though when you touch it to your tongue on accident, and then the
paper
gets
wet.
all mush,
melts,
and then it can't come out, and then you have to like rip it again, and you're like, fuck,
Yeah.
whole mess, just a whole mess.
I also have the Red Sox won the fucking World Series. Let's go, David Morgan. How's it going, buddy?
I'm happy for you. I texted you because I saw the news, and I was very happy that you
Let's
had your win. Not surprised, but still happy that it happened. Congrats.
Exciting times.
Did you buy that shirt in honor of this year's World Series?
Yeah.
Cool.
I got 3 shirts.
That's awesome.
We had a bit of a little party at my place last night. We had Aaron was down from Columbus for his work.
Yeah. I had no clue Aaron was in town. No one told me, which is fine. I didn't want to play Lethal League anyway, and I was busy doing. I was busy doing something else. But I woke up this morning. It was like Aaron gave David gas money on Venmo or something like that. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, it was like a whole thing. I wasn't planning on staying, but like I forgot my wallet and realized it when I had gotten here after my 2-hour drive. So I was like Venmoing people all day for the things that I was doing.
But I'll tell you all about that here in a little bit. Let's talk some news. Because we have a pretty good lineup this week, which is exciting.
There actually is a really good lineup of news here this week. This first story comes from Kotaku and Keza McDonald. And it's a weird story. So we're going to talk about Red Dead Redemption later. Obviously, it's still the game everybody's talking about. It's blah 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 blah. It's the pinnacle of gaming art and whatnot. But this story is about a British website called Trusted Reviews, and I'm just going to read it. It's from Keza McDonald. It says the video game media reports on leaked information all the time. So why, when the British website Trusted Reviews published details from a leaked document about Red Dead Redemption 2 in February of this year, did it end up paying out over $1 million to charities as part of a settlement with the publisher Take-Two Interactive? The answer comes down to 2 things: how Trusted Reviews handled the information it was given, and how Take-Two decided to handle the breach. As detailed in the original article about the leak, which is now taken down and replaced with an apology, Trusted Reviews originally received this information months prior to publication in 2017. Trusted Reviews then waited some time for the information in this document to be corroborated with Rockstar's own drip feed of information about Red Dead 2 before publishing the rest. What Trusted Reviews did not do was verify the identity of the leaker or where the information came from, according to 3 people familiar with the situation. Nobody at Trusted Reviews knew whether this document was stolen or otherwise obtained by illicit means, those people said. When reached out to by Kotaku, Trusted Reviews editor Nick Merritt said he had no comment beyond the apology that the website had posted yesterday. So it goes on to detail more stuff about it. So basically what happened, Trusted Reviews leaked a bunch of Red Dead stuff. The 2 biggest things were that you could play the game in first person, the entire game, which is true, and that there would be a Battle Royale mode in the online mode, where we still don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
And then they took all that leaked information down after, I guess, Take-Two threatened legal ramifications against them. What is the word I'm looking for? Legal
ramifications?
I guess. I don't know. Legal ramifications against them. They then donated $1.5 million to a charity for Native Americans.
How freaking... I want to take a second. How fucking brazen is it to be like, hey, give me your fucking lunch money, and then be like, hey, don't actually give me your lunch money, give that kid your lunch money. Like, you're so fucking up on your high horse that you're like, we're suing you, but we're not even gonna take your money, you're giving it to charity. That's like the ultimate timeout move. I just think that's hilarious that they did that.
So I don't know, Aaron. What do you think about this?
I mean, I'm not even sure I fully understand what happened. So
that's the confusing thing. So basically, what Trusted Reviews did is they got information, leaked it, and then Rockstar sued them, and they just like
something.
What was the information though? Do we know?
This, nothing like that. Everything that we already kind of knew, like things, and also. You have to think, like, when Bethesda was mad at Kotaku for leaking their shit, which was actually a way bigger deal than this, because they leaked, like, the development of a game that hadn't even been announced in Fallout 4, all they did was blacklist them. They didn't try to sue Kotaku.
I don't know about all they did. That's a pretty big one.
Yeah, okay. They didn't, like, well, they did, that does financially hurt them, but they didn't outright sue them. We agree that something else happened behind the scenes here, right? Like, something else is happening. This is too ridiculous.
Because... I don't know, like, they're a British company. I'm not sure how British, like, ethics...
You know, the Brits, they just fucking roll over.
I guess. But, like, even, like, because they say they don't know how they obtain it. Like, if somebody came to Trusted Reviews, an anonymous source, who actually did, like, they didn't work for Rockstar, they broke in, got the lock, stole all the information, and Trusted Reviews and then published it, but they didn't know about that stuff, they didn't encourage that stuff, they're still not in the wrong. Like, it has to be somebody at Trusted Reviews literally got this information by, like, stealing it. It's the only way this is even possible. In my
unethical acquiescence of journalistic information, I guess, is the only explanation.
Because if that's not the case, like, fuck Rockstar, like, suck my fucking dick. You just, because, like, not necessarily that they would do it.
Well, that's what
like,
everybody's kind of, like, because that's super scummy, but everyone's, like, giving them the benefit of the doubt that, like, they wouldn't do this if they didn't have a reason, right? Like, everyone's kind of, right?
They, like, no matter what, like, they could probably, like, fuck up Trusted Reviews no matter what, because they just have an unlimited pile of money to sue them into oblivion. Yeah. So, like, I don't know, this is really weird to me, and it's, like, a weird, like, mix of, like, actual journalism and, like, entertainment journalism.
And it's weird that Rockstar is, like, absent from the, like, this is all about Take-Two, or whatever, Trusted Reviews.
Yeah, we need to make it clear,
Take-Two
Rockstar didn't sue them,
Take-Two.
My bad.
Like,
right.
I mean,
which are the publisher, and are notoriously a little bit more, how do you say, like, less artistically inclined and more financially inclined than Rockstar, which is kind of the reason you see all the microtransactions. I think, little column A, little column B, but Take-Two, I believe, more would sue someone over something than a developer like Rockstar, but who knows.
Yeah, so it's super interesting, like, what's going on with this. I think the only reason they're doing the whole charity thing is because the optics of this already look so bad. Like, you can't, like, you can't just be like, give me $1 million. Like, no, this is for a charity. It looks even worse if you sue somebody.
Yeah, maybe that's why they did it. But, like, maybe it feels like they just had to lay down the law and Trusted Reviews is like, okay, like, we get it. And they were like, let's never speak of this again, and let's keep this on the DL.
It has to be that somebody at Trusted Reviews stole this information. That's the only way I can see this, like, playing out in this way.
I doubt it was an anonymous source, but...
If it was an anonymous source, like, maybe Trusted Reviews would pay the money, but they would be, like, going to every publication, like, hey, Rockstar's, like, fucking us right now. Or Take-Two's fucking us right now. Like, help us, somebody. Like, and the reason they're keeping it, like, on the D-Lo and they put up the apology, and, like, that's all we're saying is because I think
they fucked up and they know it.
It has to be that.
That is the, Occam's razor of the whole thing is that they fucked up and they know it. But interesting. So, I assume we'll hear more of this in the future. Somebody's gonna squeal.
I'm waiting. Like, that's the real. Like, she said she had sources, and they said that it was because they couldn't identify the source. I feel like there's a little more to it than that, and I think we'll get that over the coming weeks.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyway, that brings us on to our next story, which is over at Polygon, and it's just their whole team did it because it's a variety of news stories about the Super Smash Bros. Nintendo Direct. So I'm going to go through these and just pick out the bullet points that I think we would want to discuss. Obviously, I think the biggest one, honestly, is still the character announcements. They announced 2 new characters. An Echo Fighter for Ryu is Ken.
Excuse you, 3 new characters.
Oh, I guess, 3 new characters. They also announced Incineroar, who will be game.
We'll talk about them after we get them all out there.
And then last but not least, coming as DLC, but it's free if you buy the game, like, at launch or, like, in the launch window kind of thing, is Piranha Plant.
Let's fucking go. My mainstay. Thank God he's in.
Chain Chomp's next for you, David.
I would fucking kill for Chain Chomp. Milo, please stop clawing the couch.
What do you think of these characters, Aaron?
That's awesome. I mean, I didn't know who the fucking Incineroar was until they explicitly told me it was a Pokemon. I had no fucking clue. I was like, what is this weird like wrestler furry that they brought into the game? I mean, I'm fine with it. He looks cool. Like his moves look cool.
People were talking about who he was and stuff like that. I totally was mixing him up with Cyndaquil the whole time. So I didn't really know who it was either.
Cyndaquil's like a rodent.
His moveset looked really cool.
Yeah, no, he looks awesome, and he looks like he's got a lot of like, I don't know what you call it. It's like depth, I guess, to his gameplay.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of different things you can do. Kinda.
He has kind of like a counter thing too, where like.
And his counter is way more interesting, and like you have to get creative with his moves more so than the other characters.
You have to time it like better than like just.
Well, it's not about timing with him. You use it, and then it powers up your next attack. Yeah. So then you have to think about what move you want to use next.
Yeah. Thought that was really really cool. The inclusion of Piranha Plant, weird as fuck, but that's cool.
I thought it was fake. Cool. I was like, that's not real.
I did too.
And I saw the GIF, and I was like, wait. What? Really? The Incineroar thing is like, of course. I would have almost rather seen the Grinch than any of these. The Grinch would have been a better addition than Incineroar.
We knew Ken was coming. At least I was like quite sure that Ken was coming.
Ken's a given, and then like I mean, we're probably gonna get Banjo as a DLC.
I honestly don't know about that yet.
Where did all these leaks? I need to go like figure out where these leaks.
You gotta watch like some shit about the whole Grinch thing and how like meticulous it is.
I know nothing about that at all.
It's so crazy that it's not real.
I just can't believe that the last character that is officially in the game as of release that they announced was a Pokemon. Like that's gonna be your like his finale. Like, he's cool, but he's a Pokemon. Like
I think his character, his moveset has more depth than any of the other characters on the roster.
As a pure character, that's really cool. But as like an icon for the series, you know what I'm saying? That's where it gets a little fuzzy, I think.
Like I would have, I don't know, Richter and Simon I almost think would have been better, or even like King K. Rool or anyone else that they've announced. But I mean, whatever, they know what they're doing.
And then they also announced some more assist trophies. That's what they're called, right?
Like spirits now.
Yeah.
Well, assist trophies are a thing, but like spirits replaced.
All right, so that's the other thing they announced. The big mode is spirits mode. What did you guys make of all that?
Spirits is a big icon on the main menu that takes up about 15% of the screen that I will never click once during my time with this game.
I mean, it's just like trophies in the other games. Like it's
no,
just
it's
a
not.
Because
you have to like. It's like a fucking gacha game with this. It's like a lottery.
What the
it's like a
fuck
slot
were
machine.
the trophies in the other? There was a literal slot machine for trophies.
Yeah, but
in
you have to like
game.
take these out and put them on quest and feed them snacks and. Like,
in the last game,
up.
you could fucking use amiibos and fight them and give them fucking food and gear. It's the same shit.
No, because you didn't have to do that to like earn your amiibos in the game. These are like trophies. If trophies ended up being like a phone game, it's like a phone game in Smash, and I'm just not.
I guess I just don't understand being upset about it if you're never
gonna
play.
They're just JPEGs that like dance around on the screen, and I'm like, that's so dumb.
The event matches that you can do with the spirits are pretty cool, though. I thought you get like they assign a character to the spirit based on like their personality and traits, and then they'll create like an event match that you have to finish to unlock that spirit, which I thought was pretty cool. It's like a way to. It brings back like the essence of the event matches from Melee.
Yeah, it is a lot. It really is like really Melee to me because of how fucking weird it is. But at the same time, I'm like, do I really want to know who would win in a fight between Tom Nook and fucking the lady from Kid Icarus, who I don't know her name, not Palutena? Like, I'm never gonna like go into these NPC matches and be like, man, I can't wait to see who would win in this fight, and have like a bunch of Kirby's fighting like a King Dedede, and like, it's fun and like it's fine, but as like an entire mode on the main menu, I'm like, I
would have liked it as a kid. I would have had fun with it because I would have wanted more things to do inside the game that weren't just fighting characters over and over in regular matches. You know what I mean? I would have wanted the adventure, wanted the spirit matches, whatever you want to call them. I think it's a cool idea, but I just don't know that it appeals to me.
What I think it is it's a decent idea. I think the way they presented it also was like way like I thought this direct like from a presentation standpoint was fucking terrible. Like quite honestly, because like they literally at like one point they devoted like 7 minutes of the direct to going through like the help menu. and like explaining how you can
Yeah,
get
that
tips
was
and tricks and shit.
a little
I was
bit
like, what the fuck is this? And like with the spirits thing, I feel like they went way too in depth, and like I never got the top level sentence of like what this mode is. It was constantly like I was learning like way too much detail when I wasn't trying to learn that much detail at the moment. You know
I'd say the worst part about the spirit system is that it is so deep, that there's so much to do, and it's like kind of depth for depth's sake. Like I don't think it really adds anything to the gameplay.
And that's cool if it's like presented to me throughout the game. Maybe I get into it, maybe I don't. But like throwing that all at me in like a direct is not like the way to get me invested in.
Right.
I think at least. Then going forward, they announced how the online, there is no like ranked mode for my understanding.
Everything is ranked mode.
Yeah, everything.
Like, yeah, so like
but not really.
There's no
it's
like
once you reach a certain rank, you unlock elite matches, which is like the real ranked.
The real rank. So there's like but there's no like more for fun for glory thing, right? Like they had in the last one, right?
Yeah,
those were never ranked anyway. This is more
okay,
like
I thought the for glory thing was ranked.
Global Smash Power, I think, is more like the Mario Kart points system almost, where it's like they're trying not to make anybody feel bad, which I appreciate because ranks make me feel bad. So like it's cool, but it just shows you like how many people you're better than.
I feel like this is going to have kind of the opposite effect, just because like now everything that you do, whether you want to be ranked or not, assigns a number to what you're doing, and that number directly reflects how good you are online.
I mean, it only shows you like you have to think of like the community always changing size, and
it literally shows you your place in line compared to other players. That's what that number is. It's not like a ranking. It's your literal place in line.
But you don't know how many people are in the community either. Like it's fucking arbitrary at that point because it's like I don't know how many people have the game.
Well, also the number is like isn't related to like it's not a skill based rank. It's like a cumulative based rank, right? Like so if I win
well, it's based on your performance in matches.
Well, I thought it was like, all right, so if you play 5 games and you win all 5, then you have like 5 points. If I play 100 games and I win 6, I would still be ahead of you because I've won more games. Like, is my understanding.
I think it is like it goes up, like just goes up. I don't think it can even go down. I think everybody is just gonna keep going up, and it's like Mario Kart. It'll be more a measure of like how much.
Then wouldn't those
played.
numbers become impossibly inflated in like in no time?
I mean, they'll just deflate them arbitrarily. Like, hey, we're just gonna knock this much off of everybody's.
Well, then that means the entire system is pointless and means nothing.
I mean, yeah, it probably does mean nothing because.
But
like,
they were
Mario
saying
Karts,
that the elite matches they're going to use to like help balance the game.
Because
so
if the
entire
will be
ranking
like
system
the top whatever percent of the like.
But if that number is constantly fluctuating and being shrank arbitrarily, then that bracket is impossible to determine. It's not going to shrink arbitrarily.
Everybody will be on the same scale, dude. Everybody be on the same scale. They'll just not like the values don't matter. It's just like a moving you up. Like if everybody's value goes up over like a month, like everybody's earned this many points, we'll just take that many points off, and everybody will be in the same space in line. You know, like it doesn't matter. It's just
like in like he was saying in Mario Kart, like how like if you finish in the top like 9 places in Mario Kart, you get like positive like points to your rank.
It's so hard to rank down.
And, like it's I think it's gonna be similar to that.
Well, that just doesn't make sense to me if their plan truly is to use the elite players to help balance the game. Then how can you determine who's elite and who's not if it's all just you're assigned a place in line and that's where you stay?
I mean, I don't think you're gonna stay there. I think you'll move up based on if you're playing the game more.
So it's not about performance; it's about how often you play.
Probably. Yeah. Like if it's anything like Mario Kart and the other ways that they rank shit, then
that doesn't make sense to me then, because if there's these elite matches where it's supposed to be the players that are the ones playing at like a tournament level. Mm-hmm. What you're saying doesn't make any sense to me.
The elite matches, I think, are like when you play enough games to qualify then for the elite matches. That might be like a skill based thing, is my understanding.
So there's 2 different systems at play here. Then there's one that does.
The elites will be a different ranking system. The elites will probably have like a Splatoon type ranking system.
All right, evidently, I need to watch this again because I didn't get any of that out.
The elite matches can only be accessed once your like GC or GSP is so high. You go into the elite matches, and then those are like a separate
I understand
mode.
that, but my point is, I thought the numbers were performance based and not just play matches to go up.
I think they're supposed to be like shown that they're performance based, but like knowing Nintendo and knowing that they don't want to like make people feel bad, they probably won't go down very much. Mm-hmm. So like it will end up being like, hey, how much have you played? Like I just think we're not speculating that is how it is going to be. I mean
that makes sense. I don't know. I need to watch it again, I think.
I don't think that they're going to be like, hey, you lost a game, watch your GSP go down by 10,000 points. Like how the fuck do you like rate people like Milo? My fucking
Milo
cat is freaking out. Because like how do you? He lost a match. How many people is he worse than now? How the fuck does that work? Like, come on, it's arbitrary. So I think that it's gonna just be something that nobody really pays attention to.
I think we're throwing around the word arbitrary, and that like it can't be arbitrary. It literally can't be, or it wouldn't work.
All right, this is what I was saying. I thought that direct sucked. This is what I'm talking about. Like we all watched this direct for 30 minutes or whatever. Mm-hmm. None of us are really clear on a lot of stuff and like for how much they tried to explain.
I mean, we say a lot of stuff, but like. I mean, of what we've talked about so far, this is the only thing that's unclear.
All right, the other thing that's unclear. What is the World of Light thing?
It's the adventure mode. It's like the story mode. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
I didn't like. They didn't. So is it like a mode you select on the main screen?
I mean, I would have to assume. I guess that's
like why didn't they show us that? I don't know. Like, I'm very confused. They went in depth with the fucking help menu.
It's a separate game that you can buy 2 years down the road.
I don't think it's a separate game, but they're also like, well, we're gonna mix in spirits with that, and I was like very confused as to like what exactly it is.
Well, no, that was them explaining why there are spirits rather than trophies. Because in the old games, the theme was its toys come to life, and this one, it's like these adventurers Infinity that like lost their bodies, basically. Yeah.
Okay. But it was just like confusing
that I really want to talk about is the way that online works. There's no online like for glory or for fun. Now it's like you pick preferences and then it matches you with people and it randomly chooses somebody's rule set. I think the community will be big enough that maybe people will decide like, hey, these are the rules if you're playing like competitively, and we all have to choose those so that you have a more likely chance of like how is that going to work?
The matchmaking is based on your preset rules, like the ones that you chose.
But it could pick the other players, and then you could end up with like items.
But like I don't think it's gonna pick, like if you choose stock, I don't think it's gonna put you with people in time. Like I don't think that's gonna happen.
But they did explicitly say it's not solely based on your preferences; it's mostly based on region and connectivity.
Like no, they said it was based on region because they don't want to like connect you with like you're playing people in different regions for
But like I don't know. I'm just like.
Well, that's true with any matchmaking. Sometimes you get put up against people that are just gonna fuck you, and there's nothing like that's the nature of matchmaking in multiplayer games.
I think the GSP is good for that at least, and I hope it works the way that we think it should. Like it's skill based, because like I hate going online and like Wii U Smash and getting destroyed by people who play that every single day, and having no MMR to put me with people who are of my skill level. So I hope it works the way that we think it should and isn't just points that go up forever, but we'll have to wait and see. Somebody will figure that out because I doubt they just come out and tell us how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to figure it out when you get the game, and or in a few weeks we'll know. But then the last but not least, they announced their DLC plans. There's going to be 5 new fighters, and you can buy a pass to get them all for $5 a piece. Which I think is totally, like, it's a little expensive.
It's a little much. I would have liked, like, $20 for all of them. Yeah, but... Pete is trying to open the
I'm
door.
in the same boat, yeah, he is. But I think that's fine. I'm going to get it.
It's a little pricey, but I guess for what you're getting, and you will have forgotten that you spent $25 on it by the time they start coming out anyway. So,
yeah, for sure.
Makes sense.
So, I thought the content of the Direct was, like, pretty okay. Solid to okay.
It was the worst Smash Direct they've had.
It wasn't I think that's true. It wasn't, like, mind-blowing or anything, but also it was fine.
Nothing that really gets you. It like got me hyped for Smash again, but nothing crazy like the old character reveals or anything.
Yeah, basically. But I thought the way it was presented was just.
Yeah.
I did not like that.
I don't think it was bad, but it wasn't their best for sure.
No, I thought it was. I don't know. Anyway, next story is about last but not least the PlayStation Classic got the games list revealed. This comes from Michael McWhorter over at Polygon, and I'm just gonna read off the list of games that are on there. Battle Arena Toshiden?
I don't know.
Cold Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy 7, GTA, Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Driller, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, The First Persona, Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms. So what do you guys think of that stuff?
I didn't have a PS1, so it kind of means nothing to me. I have heard people say that it's a bad lineup.
It's a fucking bad lineup,
I would explain.
Like,
why.
there's like 6 games on here that are like iconic PlayStation games, I think.
Yeah, they're missing a lot of.
Of those games, like you can play them like a million other places too. Like Final Fantasy VII, you can play on literally everything.
Where's Tomba 2?
Like that Crash should be on here. Spyro should be on here. There's like, I mean,
Medieval.
Like, why is Twisted Metal 1 on here, not Twisted Metal 2? I mean, they got
Jet
like
Moto.
Jet Moto. There's like a lot of games on here that are honestly missing. This is like way less robust, I think.
Yeah, this isn't gonna sell like they think it is.
I mean, it's 100% gonna sell. Like
it'll sell, but it's not gonna
to
sell.
To have the box on your wall, like
it won't sell like the
NES
NES or the SNES Classic.
I mean, it is for a lot of people. Like the PlayStation was a lot of people's first console.
I guess I never owned one, so it just means where's Driver?
Oh no, Tony Hawk, another one.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Like,
they're missing quite a few.
No Castlevania.
Yeah, Symphony of the Night would have been good on here.
Like there's plenty of games.
But at the same time, Crash, Spyro, Castlevania, Medieval, all just got ported or remastered.
I guess, but like I don't know, like this isn't the like it's, in my opinion, it's not the like there's no Parappa on there. There's no fucking like there's so many games that like
Jet
why
Set
aren't
Radio.
they fucking on there?
I'd say the vast majority of the games you'd expect to be on there aren't.
Yeah,
Jet Set
why
Radio
is
Dreamcast exclusive.
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo? Like no one wants that. No one wants fucking.
I've never even heard of a solid amount of
Super
these.
Puzzle Fighter was
Like,
no, Power Stone was also a Dreamcast. See,
Like,
I like
I've
Dreamcast
never heard of
games. Where's the Dreamcast
Battle-
Classic?
I don't know what Battle Arena is. Cool Borders is a snowboarding game. I don't know what Destruction Derby is. Final Fantasy's cool. Grand Theft Auto, like, honestly doesn't really need to be here if we're being completely honest, but whatever.
No.
Intelligent Cube, I don't know. Jumping Flash is cool. I'm cool with Jumping Flash. Metal Gear, cool. Mr. Joe or no. Oddworld, I don't know if it's like the definitive PS1 game. That's a good game.
It's a really incredible game. I don't know how it is on PS1. Yeah, that's a good question.
Rayman's awesome. Resident Evil, yeah, that had to be on there. Persona 2 could have been on it. Ridge Racer, cool. Super Puzzle, whatever. Siphon Filter's okay. Tekken 3's cool. Tom Clancy Rainbow Six, I take it or leave it. Twisted Metal should be Twisted Metal 2, and Wild Arms is cool. So that's like half the games are like worthless in my kind of opinion. To be totally
I have no stake in this. I just don't know. Don't know my PS1 games.
Wasn't Persona 2 split into like 2 different games though? I can see why.
Well,
they
there's
put that
Persona
one.
2 and then Persona 2 Fez, and the Fez is like the PlayStation PSP one version of it.
That's the one where they had Phil Fish voice act.
No, there's like 2 different titles. Well, there's like it's like Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2. There's like Persona 2, and then there's like another one with a different subtitle, I think. Or maybe that was 3 that did that.
I don't think so, but.
Or wasn't
You're
3 the one with like
3,
the
you
gun?
can play as a female character in the other version.
Okay, no, it was definitely 2 that did it.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So I'm thinking of 3. I'm thinking of 3.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Persona 2 is okay. Now I'm thinking of 3. Never mind.
Yeah, so I can see why they didn't put 2 on there.
First person dungeon crawling.
I'm not sure.
1 and 2 are pretty similar. 3 was the first one that's like the Persona you're.
3 is
to.
the archetype of Persona. What it is.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. But anyway, that's the PlayStation Classic. Could have been better. I'm not gonna get it. Are you? Either one? Do you get it?
No.
Probably.
No,
I might. I
just
don't know.
I just don't have the
to
patience
have
for
it, but.
PS1 games nowadays.
I don't know. I might get it just to have the box. Like literally, I'm gonna spend $100 for a decoration.
Also, I don't know if you guys have played the original Grand Theft Auto. Isn't it like a fucking like bird's eye?
Top
like
down.
Yeah.
Top down.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Probably don't hold up.
GTA 3 is the first like GTA.
Yeah, that we know. Yep.
But that's it for all the news this week. That brings us to games coming out this week, and there's some pretty interesting stuff coming out this week. One of which I want to get David's thoughts on at least. Moonlighter is coming to Switch. Brawlhalla is coming to Switch. Rogue Legacy is coming to Switch. World of Final Fantasy, which I played, it's not that great. Comes to Switch and Xbox One.
Good to know.
Daracene, that FromSoft game, right? That's the
VR
game
the
from
VR,
FromSoft.
cool.
Is coming out on PS4. Valiant Hearts is coming to Switch. That game's awesome.
That's awesome. Maybe I should play it.
Tetris Effect is coming to PS4. That's VR compatible too. And then last but not least, not coming out this week, already came out. It was like a surprise release on a fucking Thursday. Is Toby Fox's new game. He's the creator of Undertale.
Oh, that's what you meant. Deltarune. I haven't played Deltarune.
What is it about? Like, what is
I
it?
don't know. I'm trying to not.
I thought you would know.
Well, I can tell you what it is. It was a it looks like a survey when you open it on your computer, and then it ends up being like, I guess, a multi-hour long game that is like a first chapter of like the Undertale sequel. And it has banger ass fucking tracks. It has the great music that you come to expect from his stuff. Graphics maybe are a little better. He's learned pixel art a little more. Everything is still incredible. I guess the writing and characters are all still like, people love the shit out of it. But this also scares me a little bit because Toby Fox coming from the Homestuck universe, I'm afraid Undertale is going to become Homestuck. In that we're going to get all of these additions and like renditions of all of these ideas and these weird spin-offs, and the community is going to get so into it that people on the outside are going to be like, what the fuck? I don't know. I can't get in. And yeah, it's too hard. So I hope that this all just gets like bowed up in a nice like package and like put on Steam for free, or like put in like a complete edition once these are all these little, I don't know if he's going to do chapters, but apparently it alludes to that being like the first part of the next game, right? So please don't do weird shit and like make it really obtuse and hard to get into. I want to play it.
So how do you get to this now? Do you have to get to it through Undertale? I think it's
deltarune.com.
Huh.
It's free, right? It's not. You don't pay anything, right?
Yeah, it's deltarune.com. Chapter 1. You don't pay anything. You just download it and play it. I'm waiting until Shannon comes home. We're gonna play it over Thanksgiving. Okay. I'm really excited. You never played Undertale, CJ? What the fuck are you guys doing? You're missing a literal, like, 10 out of 10 game. Like, I'm not even... That game is so... And the hype has died. I have no hype for that game now. That game is incredible, and you really should play it. Like, whenever convenient. Fuck you. Maybe. God, you're just being hard-headed because I pushed it so hard, and I'm still pushing it because it's so good.
It's got a 10 out of 10 on Steam, 92 on Metacritic.
It will...
yeah, everybody loves it.
It's only like 6 or 7 hours long. It's not like a huge commitment or anything.
Yeah, no, it's cheap. It's on every system now, so like it's really easy
no
to
excuses.
Yeah,
get it on Switch.
100%.
Get it on PS4. The Platinum's super easy. It's also really, he made an extra room so that it's super tedious to get just the Platinum, but it's funny, so like it pays off. Yeah, I'll play it. I don't have any impressions for you, but I
just wanted to know like what it was.
I'm happy that it's and apparently it's been in production since 2012. Because if you go into the notes files, they're like dated to 2012. So this has all been in production for as long as Undertale has, I guess.
It's got like multiple perfect reviews.
Yeah, no, people like Undertale.
I've been telling
I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that.
It was a cultural like phenomenon when it came out. It was awesome, and it's still awesome.
I'm not gonna go that far. It was like
it shook up the indie scene for like a few weeks.
It had a niche sector of the internet that's really into it.
Yeah, maybe it was overstated.
It's not like it's not Pokemon
within the sphere of my gaming scope. It was a big thing. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'll play it. You guys should play Undertale for real. I'll say it again. It's really good.
Maybe one of these days.
Jesus Christ. Why don't you talk about the other game that's coming out that you have hopefully played the demo of? Tetris Effect? Did you play the demo?
We're fucking... I have to do the announcements and delays part.
But you were asking me about a game that just came out, so why... You're flipping the script and then yelling at me.
The motherfucking shit is in the doc. Follow the doc.
God. Fine. Announce them.
God damn. Suck my dick. That Sunset Overdrive got rated for PC. Apparently that's coming out. That game's fucking awesome. You guys should both play it. You're not.
I will, because I play the things that you tell me to play.
That game's fucking like. If you want to know how they like got to where Spider-Man is, like Sunset is like the.
I want to shoot things.
You would love that game, David.
Like, I know. So I'm gonna play it. Buzz Aldrin is in it. Not Buzz Aldrin. Buzz Osborne.
Yeah.
Same thing.
He's like, we went to the moon, motherfucker. Have you ever seen that video of the guy of like a moon hoaxer coming at Buzz Aldrin like real hard, and then he fucking punches him in the face? It's so good.
Yeah, dude.
It's so good. All right. EA and Respawn announced that Titanfall 3 is in development, and that the Star Wars game would both be coming in 2019, which I don't know if I believe that, and also if that did happen, like
bad,
they're gonna cannibalize each other again.
Yeah, don't do that. EA, stop, please. Titanfall 3 needs to be a hit because that game will be good. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like,
so we'll see with that. And then at BlizzCon, They announced a remaster of Warcraft 3, World of Warcraft OG kind of servers and stuff. Not completely OG.
Not really, kind of.
Rolling.
We'll see.
And then a Diablo mobile game also got announced. I don't know if we want to talk about that. I don't really care. I thought it was like really shitty. The one dude like in the audience, the viral video that's going around. You saw it?
Just an April Fool's joke.
Being a shithead.
Yeah, he's being a little cunt. So,
like people like he said what everybody was thinking, but you didn't need to say it.
Yeah, it's like I understand they're gonna see that on the internet. You don't have to like come to his face and be an asshole.
Yeah,
is my opinion. Anyway, that's it for all that stuff. That moves us on to the games that we have been playing, and I'm going to start and talk about before I get to Tetris Effect, Overcooked. My girlfriend and I started playing the DLC, the Surf and Turf DLC, where you're making smoothies on a remote island or cruise ship and stuff like that.
That's cool.
It's hard as fuck, dude. It's so hard.
Dude, the DLC for the first game was really hard.
No, the DLC for the first game was mad.
The ice stuff?
Yeah, that wasn't the DLC. That was like the fourth world.
They did a Christmas DLC.
I don't think so.
You didn't play it?
I definitely played it, but I don't think that was the DLC.
Whatever. Sorry.
Maybe it was. Doesn't matter. Anyway, this is fucking hard, man. I thought it was gonna like be like 2 or 3 levels easing us back in, and then like 5 or 6 levels. No, it's fucking like from balls to the wall from the beginning, hard as nails.
Apparently, I'm reading it's literally not balanced for 2 players.
Is that true?
People are saying it's too hard for 2 players to do.
Dude, we got to the third. We're on the third. We've 2-starred the first 3 like levels.
Yeah.
Or 3-starred the first 3 levels, and like I'm kidding not. It's taken us like 7 or 8 tries per level. Like it's fucking impossible. We have to do everything perfectly. So it's really cool to see it like get pushed to the like perfectness meter, but yeah, it's hard, man. It's
I guess like, these people are saying it's like impossible to unlock the 4th world with 2 people.
Yeah, we're on. I mean, we did the 4th world or 4th level.
The 4th level. Sorry.
Yeah, we're on the 4th level. So
well, this guy just sucks. Get good
Suck
there.
My dick.
Green on Steam. That's cool. Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
It's
good
tough.
to hear. It's fucking hard as hell. I'm excited. I bought that game when it came out and haven't played it because Cheyenne hasn't. I don't want us to start and then stop, and then be.
Then also I played around with the Tetris Effect demo. So I looked into it. There is no like multiplayer at all in the game.
Oh, bummer.
Ever. Which
bummer.
like, I'm not gonna lie, is kind of like a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
Not that like the game has to have multiplayer. I mean, it does have that.
That's what a deal breaker is.
Like it's like it is very relaxing, and if you're into playing Tetris that way, it's definitely the game for you. It's a very meditative experience with Tetris for sure. You can do all the like modes. There's also no way to map your controls, and like the original controls they have set up for it, like I don't like it, my brain doesn't do it like that, so like I don't want to relearn like another way to do it. So it kind of upsets me that there's no mapping, which every game should have. Like it's any game that doesn't have map controls, I know like I don't care about it in everyone because they map the controls I want them to be, but like it's unforgivable for a game to have like not the ability.
Would you consider yourself to be good at Tetris?
Yeah, I'm pretty okay. Like I feel like I'm like solid enough. Like if I play somebody, I will be competitive with like everybody that's not like a pro. I feel like I would be competitive with them.
You were getting Tetrises like on your iPods.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, and like I'm doing it fast. Like I'm also not like sitting there for 10 minutes like putting together. Like I'm doing it. Like I used to play like. That was there's a Tetris game I downloaded on my computer that had online play, and that's how I got through a lot of college courses.
I also played this game this week.
Yeah, what'd you make of it?
I suck at Tetris. Bad. I haven't really played Tetris much in my life at all. I've seen a lot of it because I watched like the World Championships, and I was like, that's cool, I could do that. Tried to set up the right side column and everything. Fucking suck at it. Anytime I get a stack that's 3 blocks or higher, I'm fucked. Because like I don't know how to plan for any.
Really?
Like my L and J blocks, I don't ever know what to do with them. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do with you. I'm just gonna put you over here and leave garbage everywhere. It's just it ain't a good time. So I need to get.
I'm definitely pretty competent at Tetris.
I'm not great.
I enjoy it. So, but anyway, David, there was a game you were playing last week that you reviewed. called Lethal League that Aaron, I know, jumped on a little bit, and you guys wanted to talk about that. It's definitely not 29, it's 39.
Yeah, I got it. Jesus.
Anyway, go ahead.
So I was trying to get everybody to play this game, anybody to play this game, for a while. Last night, the stars aligned, and we had Aaron and two of our other friends, Caleb and Bobby, come over, and we all had little tourneys playing this with each other. We did 2 out of 3s. So Lethal League is, I think I might have described it on the last episode, but it's basically Pong, but if it was a fighting game. But what really makes it interesting is the ball can end up moving so quickly that it's like a laser beam, and you have to predict it perfectly when it's coming off somebody's bat and like the angle that they're hitting it. And there's also some like strategic like mind games you can play. Like if you're hitting the ball and you bunt, you do what's called a parry. And if the person tries to hit the ball from you right then, they will get countered and killed. But if you parry and the opponent grabs, they grab it out of your hands and throw it back at your face. So there's like a rock, paper, scissors element to it. We were having a fucking blast. Aaron kicked my ass a few times. Bobby and Caleb were getting pretty good too. And we all played for like 4 or 5 hours straight, just like taking turns on it. Aaron, what did you think?
It's really, really good. And TJ, I think you in particular would like it a lot because it's like it gave me kind of Mario Tennis vibes in a sense that like you have to read your opponent and like just try to fuck them up. Basically, there's a lot of mind games.
Some shit, man. I forgot about Mario Tennis.
It's so fun, and just the feel of the game overall is incredible. Like every time you get a good hit on the ball, it's like the most satisfying feeling in the world. And like when you get a good volley going with your opponent, it's like fucking intense.
Everyone's
like,
just screaming.
Like, right, it's like when we played Nidhogg back in the day, like having tournaments on that. It's like that, but honestly, I think more fun because it's like a lot less goofy and more competitive. Like you actually have to try, whereas Nidhogg you can just run around and do goofy shit and win. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the joy of Nidhogg too.
Yeah, to a degree.
It's not so try hard, like sweaty. Like there is like some luck and like some goofy skill shots you can pull, but like overall there is a key like fundamental skill book that you learn just by playing it. It's really easy to just like Caleb was just picking it up and hitting like insane hits like that. We were like, how are you even doing that? But he was really just kind of spamming the hit button, and once you kind of caught on to that, I was just grabbing and kind of there's ways to like punish that, but as a beginning player you can just kind of go in and do cool shit and not really have to know what you're doing right away.
And it still feels good, even though you're like you're not like a skilled player by any means, but like it's still fun to play. And we were all like at basically the same level. Like David was clearly better than us, but like we still had even matches for the most part.
All right, now that it's been tested in the group, I'm much more interested. I'll be honest.
Everyone loved it. Fun. Like everybody was. I was really shocked. I thought for sure at least a few people would be like, I don't get it. I don't want to keep playing it because it's too hard. But everybody kind of just clicked with it, and we were all just getting insane.
We played it for like 5 hours straight.
Like we would get to supersonic like 1 out of 8 volleys where the screen goes like negative and it's like fucking breaking the time space barrier.
That's one of the other cool things about it too is like when you start getting those crazy fast volleys, the map and the environment like reacts to what you're doing, and the art style and the characters and everything about like the world that the game is set in is really fun too.
Our favorite map was the sand. It's like a desert map. And when you hit the ball really fast, there's like a sandstorm that blasts through the background, and it's like instant. And like, it just like all the maps have like a gimmick where if the ball gets up to a speed that will just indefinitely kill you, something in the background happens to make it just way more exciting. Like the sewer map, a giant like mechanical shark comes out of the water and like jumps around, and it's just I don't know. The game is just beautiful and just insane and fun, and I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 solid score. Like it's fucking awesome.
There's like a train station map too that has like it reminds me of Persona, the soundtrack. It looks a lot like the station and like the menu of Persona 5 that you fight in. That one's really cool.
Yeah, it's Hideki Naganuma. He made the soundtrack for Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio Future. He made one of the tracks for the soundtrack, and the rest are all really good too. I don't know who all the artists are, but they're all pretty hype, and the game is great, and I think we should all play it sometime. But
you guys are playing on PC?
Yep, it's coming to consoles in spring, which is a bit of a way off, but I think we might have convinced a few people to pick it up on Steam just to play around with it in the meantime. I bet it'll go on sale within the next few weeks, but I'll let you guys know if it does. But yeah, we'll definitely play it on PS4, like at parties and shit. I 100% think so. Yeah.
Cool, yeah. That's also... Oh, no, there's one more game, of course. We're going to talk about Red Dead Redemption a little bit.
One more game.
So, what are you guys making of Red Dead Redemption?
I have warmed up on it in ways I don't even necessarily know how to... Like, I was shitting on it really bad because, like, fuck it, yeah.
In ways I can't...
It's a strange way to word that, but ways I can't even describe.
In ways that I cannot describe. Unfathomable warmth.
You can't even imagine, dude. But no, it's been a lot of fun. I hated the menus in a lot of the systems at first, but I think part of that, I was telling David, is like because the beginning of the game is such a slog and like so slow that it kind of makes the not great menus even shittier or like appear worse than they are, I think. But once I got into the world and really got to playing it, like I was a lot more comfortable with it and I had a lot more fun.
Cool. Yeah, I never really had an issue with the menus, and I think that was because I played a lot of GTA 5. So those are the radio menus are kind of similar to that. I mean, they're a little more deep, like they have more, literally more layers to them, but I'm not as far. I think, Aaron, you're farther than me. You're probably farther than anybody, because I think you're on chapter 5, right?
I think I'm at like 60% of the story.
Okay, so yeah, you're pretty far. I'm only like 40% of the way through the story. I just got to the big city, having a blast. CJ, where are you right now?
I haven't even touched it.
I haven't touched it since the tutorial?
I did the intro, just don't even want to do it.
Alright, well, suit yourself.
It gets like immeasurably better after that. But...
I know, but I never feel motivated to fucking do it. Like I just, for whatever reason, like when I got on Tetris Effect, I was like I was getting on to like, all right, now I'm gonna try to play Red Dead, and I saw a tweet that was like Tetris Effect demos up. I'm like, well, I would rather do that. And like when Cheyenne came over, she was like, oh, have you been playing Red Dead? I'm like, oh, I haven't been messing with it at all. You wanna play Overcooked? Or like every time I go put something on, like somebody's like, oh, we're playing Fortnite right now, so I'll go do that. Like I just don't ever like feel myself drawn to play it because I hate that intro so much.
Well, that kind of brings me to the point I made last week too. It's like I don't think any other game could have gotten away with having an opening that bad, and unless it was like I think Red Dead has been given leeway because it is Red Dead.
Right.
Like having a 2-hour opening that's that much of a fucking slog is like usually not okay.
Like, I don't... Like, that's kind of bullshit, though, because, like, The Last of Us is the same fucking way.
I literally 1000% disagree. The opening to Last of Us is fucking insane.
I mean, from a gameplay sense, like, in the fact that you're not doing anything. Like,
yeah, but the intro is so compelling that it's like I'm engaged and interested anyway.
It's also, like, 20 minutes, the Last of Us intro.
No, when you're in the big city after all that shit and you're just walking around with what's-her-fucking-name for 3 hours, like...
I mean, it's not 3 hours. It's like
a while, and like, yeah, I guess if Red Dead had a bit more of a hook in the very beginning,
but also
then
like,
part...
I mean, that's like, I mean, if we're comparing these now, like, the emotional like toll that the beginning of Last of Us takes on you is like way like more investing than the fucking.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that is part of the payoff of Red Dead, though, is like it starts out really slow, and there's a lot of character development that happens over like a good amount of time. So that means those big like impactful moments, I think, mean more because there was like a lot. The lead into it was good, I think.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know. It's just not didn't click for me. Maybe I go back. Maybe I don't. Who knows?
All right, fair enough. Might as well sell it now while it's still worth something.
I bought it digitally.
Oh, you bought it digitally. Well, you're fucked.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that. Like, I'm not like upset.
Play online with us. That'll be fun.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. We will see. It'll be like you have to be 10% of the play online. I'm like, suck my dick.
Right.
But I don't know. It just I don't want to like spoil. You guys can talk about like what you're thinking about and stuff. Like I don't want to like.
I like it a lot. There's really nothing to say that hasn't been said. It's like there's a bunch of little moments, but it's hard to culminate all of your experience in that game to something grander when it's just a bunch of little things adding up over time. And that's the appeal, and that maybe is what is turning you off in the beginning. And that's fine. But
go ahead.
What's up?
The one complaint that I think still stands from the things I mentioned in the last video was the honor system is like all but pointless. Like it does a few things to affect the game, but they're so minor that it's like almost unimportant.
I think the ending of like a 65-hour long campaign is a big enough reason to be honorable.
Right, and that remains to be seen, obviously, because I haven't beaten it.
Yeah.
But like up to this point, there are like some pretty major story beats that I feel like some straight up didn't make sense because I had high honor, and then there are others that wouldn't make sense if I had low honor. So like I don't know if maybe the game plays out differently depending on your honor.
I have no idea.
But if the story is always the same no matter what level your honor is, it's like it kind of takes away from the like narrative in my opinion. Like it at least as far as like projecting yourself onto this character and making Arthur like your own Arthur Morgan.
I don't know.
Like it takes away from that kind of like what the fuck is the point of having it if it doesn't matter?
It's kind of like separating the survival instinct of like Arthur's relationship to Dutch and the gang from his everyday morals and like actions. Like if you apply his honor to like some of the situations where he's acting dishonorably, it still makes sense because he's doing it in a way that relates to his it relates to his relationship with the gang and Dutch, and he can't just like abandon that whole. He was taught for 30 years to be a
my exact point almost is those things happen regardless of your honor.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that it's I almost don't confound my honor from playing in the free world. It's weird because when I'm playing this story, I'm like, yes, this is Arthur Morgan, and then when I'm playing separate from the story, I'm like, this is my Arthur Morgan. I don't really think he would act super.
It's weird to me though that you would
want
a disconnect from.
I don't. I guess that's just the way that I rationalized it. Because like I don't.
I'm just from hearing you guys talk, it sounds like there's like two different like ways you're interpreting. Like there's the story mode, and then when you like hop out of that, it's like now this is my character.
See, to me, it's all one persisting world. Like
that's what I'm saying. How David is like viewing it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's because of the way that he has built the life that he leads with these people. It's easier to think that he would act in a certain way regardless of how he acts apart from them. Does that make sense? Because it's so... He has such a permanence with this group.
I mean, it makes sense, like, in theory. Like, yeah, when you get... Like, it's like when you go to hang out with, like, old friends. I mean, we're all, like, friends from high school.
You might do things
when you
that
go you act differently or, like, something like that. But, like, I feel like you're also, like, building that into the game to, like...
I completely understand that, but what I'm saying is the story arc is the same no matter where you are as far as your honor. So I guess it just comes down to your own imagination. Like, you just have to decide,
I'm just kind of
okay, well, this makes sense because of this.
Yeah,
but, like... The fact that you have to do that is my point. I'm saying that honor system, you could remove it from the game as the game is now, and it would be exactly the same.
Yeah, you're probably right. But we'll see how the ending plays out. I've heard it really does impact that, so... I don't know yet.
We shall see. You guys gonna do a spoiler cast? I'm probably gonna like back out of that.
It'll be like forever from now, but yeah.
Yeah, no rush or anything.
Yeah.
Wondering if you guys would want to do that.
Probably will do.
As we've been talking, I got a text from my girlfriend, Cheyenne Lewis. You can follow her at SilverFox, SFoxhole on Twitter. She sent a text that said, "I ... didn't hate Venom." I was like, whoa,
that's weird.
Have any of us seen Venom besides her?
No, I'm just very interested in that take.
The fuck? Yeah, no, that's maybe she thought it was so stupid that it was good. That would have been my
she said it was marketed wrong.
I heard like a lot of people didn't really like Tom Hardy's performance in that. Like it was kind of weird, is what I heard.
We'll see.
Interesting.
She said it was funny, so like that's it's not like it was like
not what they were going for.
Yeah, I don't think that was the intended reaction.
I'm gonna see what's it called, the Queen movie this week. I'm excited about that. The Bohemian Rhapsody movie.
That's gonna be cool.
Pretty hyped about that.
I want to see it, but not enough to like go out and see it. You know.
Yeah, no, I understand. Any new updates on the Sex Neighbors, Aaron?
Nothing recently. They just
nothing too crazy.
It was a couple days ago. They woke us up at like 6 a.m. again, but I mean, that's pretty much become the norm. I'm used to it at this point.
They're an alarm. You don't have to use your phone.
Yeah, that's great. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we end this?
Not that I can think of. Gonna go play some games. I've been out running chores all day, so
cool.
Maybe we'll have something exciting that we've played and talk about next week besides Red Dead. Unlikely.
I wanted to play the Friday the 13th game on Halloween.
Oh shit! Yeah, we should have done
that. Not much
enthusiasm. I forgot to download that actually. Is it still free?
Yeah, until Tuesday.
Right.
I'll have to download it too,
But this has been the Current Game Podcast, episode 77. My name is Charles Blaze. You can find me on Twitter at CharlesTuda and on Instagram at CharlesTuda, #Charles1MinuteReviews. just put up a review from mid-90s. David and I saw that. It was cool.
Yep, it's cool.
All right, David thought I was weird that I brought a blanket to the movies. Is that weird, Aaron?
I think it was that
That's
weird.
a little weird, but if you're trying to be comfortable, whatever, dude.
I said, what is that? And you said it's a blanket. I'm getting comfy. And I was like, okay.
No, and then you're like, oh, you just run the whole fucking town. Why don't you?
Yeah.
Like, coming at me. Nah.
Definitely happened.
What else? Aaron, where can people find you?
Aaron M. Weeks on Twitter.
And David?
My guy Dave on Twitter.
You can find all our stuff at this stuff down here. And this has been episode 77 of the Current Game Podcast. And peace.